Someday is today is essentially the answer to the question that I get asked most often. Whenever I'm speaking about my books or doing a storytelling event or doing anything really, I'm often asked, how do you manage to do all the things that you do? And the problem has always been, I can answer that question, but it'll take me 12 to 19 hours to go over all the strategies that I've developed over the years to help me get the things done that I need to get done. And so I wrote this book in an attempt to answer that question. Really, I wrote the book in an attempt to help people who have dreams achieve those dreams, because I know how hard it is to take on something as daunting as your life's ambition. And so what I believe essentially is that our lives are the culmination of tiny decisions that we make every day. And when we can start to pile up tiny decisions in such a way that they help us achieve our goals, things get a lot easier. And so Someday is Today is a guide to help you find the time that you have that you can't quite see yet, find the inspiration and the motivation that is available to you if you look a little closer. And it's going to provide you lots and lots of strategies that will just make that creative climb a lot easier. If you have a dream and you want to achieve it, it's a wonderful thing. The problem is most people don't. And so Someday is Today is my hope that people can do the things that I've managed to do, which is essentially make your dreams come true. And so that we can all live the kind of lives that we want to. I hate the word someday, which is weird because it's actually one of the words in the title of my book. I hate the word someday because it is a word that allows people to continue living their lives as if there will always be a someday. My fundamental belief is that most people live lives of quiet desperation. That's not my line, but it's a good one. My fundamental belief is that most people have dreams, and then what happens is they continue to believe that there are some days ahead of them, that there are more and more days piling up somewhere in the future, and that using one of those future days will allow them to realize their dreams. Instead, I think what happens is most people die having not achieved the things that they dreamed of achieving, because they always believed that there would be a someday. The word someday just allows people to procrastinate. It's a false belief that there is a tomorrow. And when you stop believing in tomorrow, that's when you believe your someday is today. I always think of my someday as today. And that is my goal for the readers of my book. Hope is critical when it comes to attempting to realize your dreams, making those dreams come true, because without hope, you're essentially living on a wing and a prayer. Hope is necessary because achieving your dreams, making those dreams a reality, is hard work. It's not an easy thing to do. And it's fraught with problems and distractions and obstacles. And frankly, it's filled with awful people who want to stop you from achieving your goals, either because they're jealous of your attempts, or they're stealing of your time, or they're just terrible people. And so with all of those things in front of us, keeping us from moving forward in the way that we need to move forward, there has to be some hope in our heart. There has to be a belief that we can do the things that we dream. There has to be the absolute, undeniable faith that if we continue to move forward, if we continue to make good decisions that will move us forward, that eventually we will get to the place we want to be. Whether that takes a year or a decade or a quarter of a century, we can get to the places we want to get to if we have hope in our hearts and a belief that someday our dreams can come true. I think the thing I hope readers take away most from my book is the belief that making your dreams come true is completely possible. Not only is it possible, but it's not going to be that hard if you apply the strategies that I offer in the book. It's not grand or profound or enormous decisions that we have to make in order to improve, in order to make progress, in order to make our dreams come true. It's a collection of tiny decisions that will pile up into an enormous pile. We are the sum of our decisions, and most of the decisions we make are minuscule, but they matter. The little things that we can do in our day to preserve our time and our spirit and our energy, all of these tiny little things that I offer in the book, my hope is you'll believe it. You'll believe in the compounding interest of decision making, that making enough small decisions will afford you the opportunity to do great things. I want people to read my book and think, I can do all the things he's described in this book. And I believe that if I do, I have a much greater chance of making my dreams come true. That is my hope for my readers, that they can do the things I suggest. They can believe that the things I suggest will make a difference, and that they can someday send me a letter or an email or a tweet telling me, my God, I did it. I can't believe it. That is my hope for my readers. I want them all to achieve the greatest heights of success that they can imagine.